Well, this was definitely a surprise. What's going on, everybody? My name is Blitzwinger, and ladies and gents, welcome on back to a brand new Marvel Rivals video. And today, we've got a very exciting update video. We've got a ton of brand new cosmetics to talk about. We've got a brand new and kind of surprising leaked hero that could be coming to the game much sooner than any of us were anticipating, and much more. But before we get to all of the goodies, of course, guys, don't forget to take a quick moment and smash that thumbs up button on today's video. Let's see if we could reach 1,000 likes. That would be absolutely awesome. And without further ado, like usual, buckle in and let's dive on in. So first and foremost, let's just take a quick moment and celebrate the fact that season 2 is actually here. I have been having an absolute blast with it. I hope you guys have been too. I think Emma Frost is an insanely powerful character, like an excellent new character. And the Krakoa map is very interesting because I've been having a lot of fun with it, but I also find the portal system to sometimes be a little frustrating to deal with. So I'm curious to hear if that has been your experience as well. But with that slight little review out of the way, let's talk about the actual news. Now, first and foremost, let's talk about Blade, because we got a really cool, exciting new update for him. I think all of us and our grandma were expecting Blade to be the new playable hero in season number 2. After all, he spent most of season 1.5 being trapped inside of Dracula's castle, where we thought, hey, once we free him from Dracula, he will join the playable roster. Well, that has not happened, and it will not be happening in season number 2, because we already know that Emma Frost is the first hero that we're getting, and then in season 2.5, we're going to be getting Ultron. So surprisingly so, a lot of us were like, hey, what the heck happened to Blade? Did they like forget about this guy? Well, the cool thing is that Blade can actually be found right now taking a bit of a nap in Wakanda. So it seems like he's been transferred from his, I guess, capture, the captivity of Dracula, and now he is in his recovering sleep as he is taking a rest within Wakanda. So I guess he'll probably be sleeping for the entirety of season number 2. And then who knows, maybe he will be one of the 2 characters that will be waking up and joining the fray finally with season number 3. So a cool little Easter egg. I do love the fact that they're not just ignoring the idea and the characterization of Blade, because they've introduced him with season 1.5, and so then to just abandon him would feel kind of weird. So I do like that they actually have a justification and a reason as to where he currently is. He's essentially recovering after his capture at the hands of Dracula. Next up, we're going to talk about the Infinity comic for Marvel Rivals. And I know you're probably scratching your head going like, Blitz, I like talking about video games, not comic books. What are we doing here? Well, this comic book is very important because it is an official tie-in with the video game and has officially, obviously, begun to reveal and spoil things a little earlier than the video game itself has. So the newest issue has just dropped on April 11th, which is issue number 7. And with it, we've got a ton of things to break down, including a lot of skins and an exciting possible new hero coming to the game as well. So here we have the main cover for issue number 7. And you'll notice that there are some really interesting things being featured on this main cover. First and foremost, we have a bunch of skins that we already know appear in the game, like the Captain America skin that is part of the Battle Pass, the Psylocke skin that's part of the Battle Pass. We know that the Rocket skin and the Black Panther skin that appear on this cover are coming to the game in some way, shape, or form. These are their Hellfire skins, or Hellfire Gala skins. So we know that Black Panther is going to be part of the Cerebro event. We don't yet know how we're going to be unlocking that Rocket skin, but he is part of literally the main menu of season number 2. So he's certainly on the way. We also have, of course, featured in the top right corner, interestingly enough, once again, going back to the Cerebro event, we have the patch version of Wolverine right there. We have Psylocke from the Battle Pass, and we have a brand spanking new Namor skin. This is him in his classic X-Men attire, so this will be a retro Namor that will be debuting probably this season as well, to go along with the other ones that we already have. We then have the appearance of both the Summer Beach event for Squirrel Girl as well as Jeff the Shark. But it doesn't end there, because we need to actually then zoom into the pages of the Infinity comic itself in order to gain even more insight. So first and foremost, we have a better look at Squirrel Girl, where you can see the summer attire for her. Interestingly enough, she is sitting next to the Thing in just his Speedo attire. So for those of you that have been making the thong jokes, I guess that might actually be a reality with the Summer Beach event taking place. So you might very well be looking at not just a brand new Squirrel Girl skin that is coming to the game, but also a brand new Thing skin that is coming to the game as well. So something to be on the lookout for. We do, in the exact same sequence of panels, have a nicer look at the Jeff skin. It looks like he's going to be wearing kind of like a classic, I guess, looking like Hawaiian shirt. So I think this one's pretty adorable, and I'm sure that Jeff mains are going to be celebrating yet another ridiculously cute outfit for Jeff. So that is on the horizon to look out for. That also means that we now have 3 Summer Fest skins that are part of this Infinity comic: the Thing, Squirrel Girl, and Jeff. We then also have this really cool looking Magic skin, which, by the way, she has actually worn a very, very similar, almost like one-to-one attire to that in the official X-Men comics with the Hellfire Gala. So this would be really cool in the sense that it would be something that they would take from the comics and adapt directly into Marvel Rivals itself. And now she's officially wearing that same attire within the Marvel Rivals comic. So that is obviously really cool to see. As a Namor player, I'm extremely excited to see that he will be possibly receiving his own Hellfire Gala costume, as well as the one that we saw on the main cover of the 7th issue of Marvel Rivals Infinity comic. So it's interesting that Namor is actually getting not just 1, but 2 confirmed skins thanks to this one issue of the comic. So we have his Hellfire attire right here. And then, of course, on the main comic book cover, we saw his classic kind of retro X-Men style. So Namor players, a lot to be excited for all of us. In fact, I almost wonder if the Cerebro event is where we are going to see the Hellfire Gala version of Namor, because if you look at the Cerebro database page, you'll notice that almost all of the characters / skins here are new. So we have the patch version of Wolverine. Emma Frost is a brand new character. We do have the brand new Hellfire Gala attire for Black Panther, which does appear in this comic as well, by the way. But then when you look over at Namor, the placeholder image here is his existing skin. So I would be surprised if that's the case. I actually think that that image right there might very well be getting replaced by this new Hellfire Gala version of Namor. We have another panel that seems to tease a possible brand new attire for Doctor Strange over in the left-hand side, as you can see right there, with his little champagne glass. But more importantly, holy moly, that is an absolutely stunning attire for Aurora, aka Storm. So it seems like the Hellfire Gala skins are going to be printing money for Marvel Rivals, because there's a lot of them on the way. We don't know if we're going to get all of them, of course, but boy, oh boy, it is definitely pretty exciting to see that they have, it seems like at least, a pretty big database to work off of, whether it be just for this year's Hellfire Gala, and maybe they'll save some of these and we'll get them in the future as well. And then we have probably the most consequential and impactful panel in the entire comic, and that is this one right here. Now, why is it impactful? Yes. Do we see a brand new Iron Fist skin that seems to be a Hellfire version of Iron Fist? Yes. It looks like maybe there's even a brand new Bucky skin that he's talking to there. So that looks brand new. The Wanda skin looks like the gown skin that is already in the game. She is talking to Punisher seemingly in a nice little tuxedo attire. So that could be a brand new Punisher skin that we could expect, again, either this year or maybe with an upcoming Hellfire Gala in the future. And then if you pivot your attention to the center / left of the screen, you'll notice a very interesting trio of characters conversing. We have Penny Parker, who seems to be once again getting a brand new Hellfire Gala skin. So that's a very unique design for her. I've never seen her wear this sort of an attire in any other Marvel comic. So this seems like it will be a Marvel Rivals original. Can't wait to see what the actual SPDR or Spider Robot looks like. That should be pretty freaking cool. We have this really cool celebratory looking Thor who looks epic. I would love it if instead of the hammer, he actually had a beer mug as his weapon of choice. That would be pretty freaking hilarious, just to make it like extra unique compared to the other versions of Thor. And then we have another character in a dress, and a lot of people were like, who the heck is that? Well, if you've read previous Marvel comics, you would recognize that dress attire as one Jubilee. How freaking cool is that? So there we have a confirmation of Jubilee existing within the Marvel Rivals universe. We have a potential idea of her Hellfire look already with this dress attire right there, which is absolutely freaking crazy. Of course, Shogo, her pet dragon, actually appears on the Krakoa map already right now. So does this mean the Jubilee might be our next playable character that we are going to be getting in Marvel Rivals? I think that's an interesting and intriguing, I guess, theory to play out here, because there have been hints before with voice lines and other data that has been shared by leakers that does say that they are working on Jubilee as a playable character. I just would not have expected her to appear inside of a comic like this, talking to two existing characters already. I guess confirming the fact that this character exists, and this is potentially her look as far as her Hellfire Gala version is concerned. Now, I've also seen people say, hey, zoom in all the way into the background and you could see Wolverine, Patch Wolverine, talking to another character. And could that be Polaris? Could that be Jean Grey because of like flaming sort of dress or whatever is going on there? Again, I think that when we're zooming in that far, you could potentially say, oh, is that the Thing over there in that little like business attire as well? No, because we know that the Thing, while this party's happening, is on the beach right now with Squirrel Girl and Jeff hanging out. So that would definitely not be the Thing. So I wouldn't pay as much attention to the stuff that's like completely non-detailed all the way in the background like that. Whereas here we can clearly tell that these are characters that we know of. These are characters that are already all playable heroes in the game right now. And so it's pretty dang exciting that Jubilee is conversing with them. So yeah, that was insane. I mean, this one comic dropped so many exciting reveals and first looks at upcoming skins. It is absolutely bonkers. Now, I have seen people say, oh, just because they appear in this comic, it doesn't mean that they are actually going to appear in the game as well. And I agree with you. It doesn't mean that every single one of the skins will appear, but you do have to keep remembering that this season is going to be going on for a very long time still. Like, we're just going to be getting season 2.5 update on May 30th. Like, literally, Miller Ross has come out and confirmed that the current date for season 2.5, not season 3, just season 2.5 is expected to drop on May 30th. That gives us like what, 8-ish weeks of content drops to be released. So some of these skins are definitely going to be paid. Some of them might be free. Some of them might be event skins. So what I'm saying is that even though it seems like a whole lot of skins in this one issue, I could actually see most of them, if not all of them, debut over time. Because again, this season is going to be running for quite a long period of time. And they have a ton, as you can see, in terms of ideas that they could release as part of a collaboration for this exciting Hellfire Gala event. Now, as exciting as the Marvel Infinity comic was, we still have more to discuss. First and foremost, we have this lore entry with season number 2 that specifically by name mentions the X-Men character Forge, who, by the way, I think would lend himself super duper well towards Marvel Rivals, just having tons of different like weapons crafting, or maybe even give him like a cool jetpack ability or something like that. Like, I could definitely see Forge playing similarly to like a Mandalorian from the Star Wars universe or something along those lines, like a Boba Fett style character. That would be absolutely sick. And then lastly, we have the very exciting announcement of the Marvel Rivals PlayStation Tournament. So this is going to be a sequence of cups that will begin with April and run all the way up until the end of the year in December. So the April registration is a little weird because it starts on the 12th instead of the 1st of April, obviously, since they are trying to tie this in with the new season dropping. So a little bit of a shorter period of time for the April tournament, but all of the other PlayStation tournaments will be taking place at the very first day of the month, so May 1st, and then ending on the last day of the month, May 31st, and that will continue until all the way through to December. They also announced the pricing for these tournaments, so as you compete, first places will get 300 units per person on the team. You're going to get a faction trophy and a title available to you as well. Second place will be getting 200 units per person, the faction trophy and the title. And then third and fourth place will be getting 100 units per person, as well as a faction trophy and a title. And then last but certainly not least, we have 5th through 8th place, who will be getting a faction trophy and a title. So there you guys have it. Another absolutely stellar and exciting update for Marvel Rivals is in the books. If you guys enjoyed it, please don't forget to take a quick moment and smash that thumbs up button. Thank you guys so very much for your support. And I am currently working on a video that will be showcasing all of the skins in both season 2 and beyond in terms of what we can expect. So of course, stay tuned for that. Thank you guys so very much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. And if you did, once again, smash the thumbs up button, subscribe, have an absolutely fantastic rest of your day. Peace out. I'll see you all later. Alligators. Bye-bye, everybody.